Let's make some flowers out of regular plastic spoons. Don't throw these away from your parties. You can use different colors. And you want spoons and a candle for right now. The candle, you want the wick low. You definitely want the wick low. I have some implements so I can move the spoon around. So, to bend it the way I want. So you don't want to burn it. You just want to melt it. And right now, oh, you can't see that. Right now, I am melting my spoon. You do want to do this in a well-ventilated area, possibly outside or with a fan on. So while it's hot, I am adding some definition to my petal. And I'm going to do some more to it. You definitely don't want to burn it. I suggest if you're a child trying to do this, you have an adult to supervise. I don't want anybody to get hurt. But I have these tools that I got, and I like the fact that I can bend the plastic any way I like. So I'm trying to give it some shape. We're going to be doing quite a few of these. They don't have to all be the same because flowers don't, all the petals don't all go the same way. So, but you want your wick short. And so there's one. I'm just going to leave this like this for now. Now I'm going to start the next one. I'm going to start on the side. You do not want to catch it on fire. You really don't want black marks on it. Well ventilated area. I did catch mine on fire, which is not good. So I'm just pushing this in. Okay, so all I'm doing is melting the plastic so that I can shape it any way I like to have different petals on my flower. No two are going to be the same, which is fun. And I enjoy doing different crafts. So this one's going to be a flower. I'm going to use alcohol ink to paint my flower. So here's the second one. So they do not look anything alike right now. Okay? And I'm going to need some for the beginning of the bud. You know, tiny, tiny, tiny ones. So I'm going to melt, 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 and shape it in. I want it to be rounded so that my petal will have a bud in the middle, my flower. I'm thinking I want to put a gem in the middle also, so I don't want it too close together, but we shall see. Beauty's in the eye of the beholder, and so all I'm doing is using a tool that I have, I believe, for jewelry making to make different petals. That is all. So I'm going to do that for a while, and then I'll come back. You're going to want to do some petals that go outward and inward, so I want to show you what I mean by that. So I have my tool, and this is going to be my outward petal. So I am bending it outward so that it'll be the outside of my petal. So I want to show you the process of how I get that. And I am just bending it. That's too hot, not hot enough. There we go. I caught it on fire. Did not mean that. So just bending it while it's hot. And you want to try to get rid of the shape of the spoon, because you don't really want it to look like a spoon. So I am just pushing on it like so. So you're going to need several for the outside and several for the inside. You can paint these. I'm going to try alcohol ink. I've made these before, but I've never used alcohol ink. I've used paint. So I want to see what it'll look like. So it kind of has an outward bend in it. If you need more of a bend, just put more heat over it. Just like that. And then you turn it. How cool is that? Okay. So for the inward ones, I'll show you that again. So what I mean by that is I'd like it bent in, and I'm going to need a couple for the center. Even if I add a gem or a pearl in the middle, I would like the center also. So I'm just putting little divots, or pushing on it to make it bend a certain way. And that is all I am doing, is trying to make my plastic bend. You're trying not to get too much black on it, and I do have some on here, so I'm hoping that with paint or acrylic, I'm not acrylic, my goodness, or alcohol ink, that it'll take away the black. I'm going to try and wipe it off also. So you just don't want every petal to be the same. You would like them to be different. And that's what I'm working on, making it different. Okay? I'll come back. So I'm going to show you how to do the bud. You want to turn it in. Turn it in. If you crack it, you just melt it some more. See how it bends in? Just want to keep molding it. Just keep molding it inward to make your beautiful flower. You're going to need a hot glue gun to attach your flower bud and your flower together. You're going to need, what else? Hot glue gun and glue sticks, a gem or some embellishments, some alcohol ink or paint. What else do we need? Alcohol. Oh, scissors or cutting implements. You can cut the stem of the spoon back. So I'm just going in a bit of a circle, just like that. Let me show you again. So I'm just turning the plastic inward to make the spoon. Not to make the spoon. Oh my goodness. See, getting old is just... You use the wrong words when you want to say something else. I'm manipulating the spoon to make the bud of my flower. So I'm just moving it inward. That is all. It was getting a little foldy, so I had to straighten it out some. But basically, that is what you do. You just keep folding it inward. And it makes a lovely petal for your flower, inside your flower. Trying to push it back some. And then you could do it this way too. Doesn't just have to be the one way you roll it. This actually is better when you use it on the outside. Okay. So I'm going to keep working on that. Now there's part of the inside of my bud. Now that everything is melted, some of them have black on them, and I am hoping that with the alcohol ink it'll cover them. I am unclear, but I'm using pigment 24 I got from Amazon. I'm using all different colors because I'd like to have a vibrant flower, and I shook them up, and I'm just going to add a little bit of ink in different areas to try and get some color on my spoons. That is all I am doing. I'm going to do the one side, and then when this all dries, I'm going to do the other side. So right now I've added orange, and then for the next I'm doing a purplish red, but I'm going to add that to the ones I didn't really add, or at a different spot on my spoon. And just giving it some color, different spots on the spoon. I'm going to have to roll it around. Hold on, I'll show you what I mean by that. Here it is, like this. So I'm going to roll it around a little bit. Roll it around. So I just picked out different colors. This is sapphire blue, and I'm adding them to the spoons to give them some different colors. This might take a bit to dry, which is fine. I just want to add different colors, so that's what I am doing. So I will be back when these dry and I have finished. But as it pools, I'm going to let it go around just like that. And I'm of course going to add different colors. So I will be back. Not exactly sure how long alcohol ink takes to dry on a plastic spoon, because I've never used alcohol ink on a plastic spoon. So I guess I'll find out. I'm going to come back when they're all finished, both sides, and then we'll go to the next step. Since the ink is dry, which, just so you know, it only takes about 10-15 minutes for the ink to dry. So I have all these done. I have my gold pen, my painter's pen. I believe I got it at Walmart, and it's gold. So I am going to color around the edges, front and back. And when I was putting the alcohol ink on, I put it on the front and the back, even if they were different colors. So you want to make sure you do down around the handle. And then on this side, so you just want to make sure you get every bit of it with the gold, which makes it look classier. Also, if you have any scorch marks where it was burnt, you can add the gold and it covers it. So I'm just tracing around the entire spoon, the inside and the outside. Now that's going to be wet for a couple of minutes, and I'm going to take my tool that I bent my spoon with and break off my spoon, and then I'm going to get a nail file here. File down the rough edges. Paint that. And I believe I have more than enough of my petals. So I have some facing in and outward. So I'm going to count these real quick. I have 26. I have 2. Where are they? Here they are. That are very, very tiny, which are going to be the beginning of my bud. So I'm going to lay them the way I want them, and then I'm going to get my hot glue, put a little glue right on the bottom right here, and take my other little one and place them together just like that. That's going to be my bud. And this is how we're going to build our flower. Okay, then I'm going to get another petal. Doesn't matter what color. It's whatever you want. Whatever color flower petal you like. And I'm going to add some more glue to the back. I'm going to build up my flower. I love how the alcohol ink looks so pretty and shiny, and also with the gold. Very, very pretty. And I'm going to take another one, and I'm going to put some hot glue over here. And add another part of the leaf petal right here. Gonna probably have to sit this down and do it. Much better if I sit it down. Oh, I got strands of glue everywhere. My bad. So as you're doing it, you don't want the petals to be exactly on top of each other, just like when I make my other flowers that I've showed you. So you're going to want to put the petal over here away from the other petals. So put some glue there and hold it. I'm going to have to add some more. Just like that. Let's sit down for a couple seconds. I'm going to move my table a bit so you can see better. So right now it just has 3 petals, and my finger stuck to it also. So you want to give it a little bit of time, and then you want to pick up whatever color and put some glue on the bottom and add it to your gorgeous flower. And you're going to want to start building it out. But I'm going to have to add more glue. So you want it to shape your flower, because you want it to start looking like a flower. I'm going to take this one with a little bit of the folded back petal. I'm going to pull it out a little bit so that, and I want it to dry, so I'm going to wait so that it starts to open up. So it looks like the flower's opening up. Perfect. See how it's kind of opened up? These are close. This one's going to have to get a little bit more glue. Now that it's together, there's 4 on here. There's the 2 in the middle, and then these 2. So now we're going to start bringing it out some. So I don't want the petal too close. Whoops, I'm losing the glue. To the others. So I'm going to hold this. Now I just noticed it was very close to this, and I don't want them right on top of each other, so I moved it over some. Sticks to the table faster than it sticks to the plastic. But I need it to stick out a little bit so that it looks like it's blooming. Maybe I'll put it over this way. I don't know. I lost quite a bit of the glue earlier. I'm going to stick it over this way some. So there's a space. And that's what I'm trying for. The space. I just put an awful lot of glue on. So I gotta wait till that starts to get hard. Trying to pick off the glue that's on my table. And I believe I'm going to stick a little bit of glue right over here on this petal to hook this one to it just like that. I don't need a lot. So I'm just going to take that little dribble that's coming off my glue gun and put it right there so that this will secure right here like this, because I need the flower to start to look like it's blooming. I am impressed with the colors from the alcohol ink, and I'm glad I'm finding things to do with alcohol ink, because I bought so much when I looked into doing resin. And I bought a lot of mica powder and all. So I have quite a bit, and I'd like to find other crafts to do with it. So as you can see, I'm leaving a bit of a gap. I have it leaning up against the other leaf right here, so I'm going to put some glue there, and then I'm going to put it right here. Try not to squeeze, I was just doing it, the middle where you already have it together, because that'll just crush it or crack the spoons, and you don't want that. So it's blooming out, which is kind of cool. And I'm gonna get one right in here, which would be this pretty bluish one. It's a bit of a process waiting for the glue to harden. This is going to be a lovely little flower for a table, a centerpiece. Very inexpensive, which is nice. I think it's a lot of fun. I'm going to add a little bit of glue over here so that I can hold this in place right here, just like that. So as you can see, it's kind of open, it's not tight. So everywhere there's not a petal, you want to keep adding petals. It's much easier when you don't hold it also. So I have this one with some orange and purple in it. I'm going to put some more on the end here. And then drip it in. And huzzah. I think this is going to be elegant and lovely and just really impressive that it's from a spoon, which is fun. And my finger stuck. So as you can see, it's starting to make a flower when I'm not burning my doggone hand. So you might have to hold it a little longer. I'm going to put a little glue right here so that I can lay this petal on the other petal, just like that. And it folds it out some. So I'm going to continue building up my flower and come back and show you. Here's the flower all done in its beautiful glory. I used about 100 spoons for this. I kept making it bigger and bigger, but just so I want to show you something. You can't just stay in the center because then your flower won't pop out. So as you can see, I hot glued closer to the end, but you want to make sure when you're doing that, you really can't see the stem through the other petals. But I think this is splendid. Absolutely gorgeous. Thanks so much for watching. Have a blessed day.